Hello and welcome to another evening of Qogita sourcing and hanging out with you guys, talking about Amazon, talking about Qogita, answering any questions you've got. Hopefully this stream's working okay. I know in the past there's been a bit of a delay between the chat and what I see. Hopefully now it's a little bit better. I've tweaked with the settings, but now it's moaning about something else. So getting this right is actually quite technical. But yeah, hey guys, thanks for joining anyway. Hey Kevin, thanks for joining. Hey Resale Kid, hey Plumber, hey Empire, hey Deeks, thanks for joining. Do appreciate it. Let's just make sure I've got all this working correctly. So yeah, I was trying to fix the whole sort of delay between the chat and the thing. I think there's still probably a little bit of a delay, but hopefully it's not too bad. Hey FBA Golden Boy, so you guys can tell me what the kind of delay is there. I've just seen that and responded, so not sure how bad the delay is. How is everyone's month going? Are you off to an absolute screamer or is it a little bit slower? Mine is a little bit slower. Yeah, so oh yeah, you've seen chat message much before, so the delay's better. Cool. So there is another setting which is like instant. But I definitely need to lower the video resolution, which is fine, to be fair. So I'll do that next time as well. Hey, Matthew, thanks for joining. Cool, that's good. Okay, cool. Hopefully this might be a good balance then, I suppose. So, hey, Michael. Thanks for all joining me anyway. So, yeah, we'll do some Qogita sourcing in a minute. Unfortunately, yeah, it's just me today. No other guests. So, but yeah, no better looking guests, I should say, this time round, just me. But hopefully we still have some viewers that find this interesting. But yeah, so MTT saying, do you think it's a bad idea going into perfume so much? No, absolutely not. What I've been doing though, is I've been going through, and I've done about 50 now of my products and just adjusting the prices. And to be honest, on a lot of them, I just know the price is going to come good. I'm just going to have to be patient on it, basically. Just going to have to be patient and just wait until the prices hit. So right now, a lot of the prices on my items are a little bit suppressed, and it's very tempting to adjust those prices. But I know in December, I'm going to be golden. So I just need to be patient because those sales losses are going to go through the roof. Mogul on the pool. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the last stream. And by the way, I did a podcast with Nikos today, which I just released straight out, basically, like within an hour of us finishing that. So you guys have got that to enjoy as well. If you've not already seen that, that is on the YouTube channel. I always enjoy chatting to Nikos. He's absolutely crushing it on the private label. He's getting entire shipping containers delivered. Kind of crazy, really. So I actually mentioned in that as well. It's like in the 6 years he's been doing Amazon, he started off by basically going down to Sainsbury's or whatever, Tesco's, doing a bit of retail arbitrage to the point now where he is, getting entire shipping containers delivered. So, kind of crazy, really. Hey Snappy, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Got a few of the good regulars here, which is awesome. So, and some good news on the Qogita front. I'm sure a lot of you have seen. I managed to finally persuade a Qogita representative to be in the Discord community to answer questions. So, it works really well with the Arbisource guy, Callum, who runs and owns Arbisource. He's in the FBA Moguls community. We've now got Charlie from Qogita. So it's always good now. We've got those representatives in there. So if you have any problems or any questions, you've got a direct contact to someone from that company. So I'm going to encourage all companies to try and come into my community to have like a presence there, because that makes it so much better. So hey Chris, how's it going? Thanks for hello sausage. Is that to me? Is it? I remember back in the day someone used to call me a silly sausage. Hey Omar, how's it going? Hey Jibs, hey Empire. You ever think about doing private label in the future? Yes. So I've thought about private label. It's quite a lot of work that goes into it and a lot of knowledge that is required to do private label. Seeing people like Adam and Nikos do very well with private label makes me want to do it. But I think, as I said in my previous sort of videos, maybe I've not released it, I'm not sure. But next year I'm going to focus on doing wholesale. I think wholesale is going to be my new venture, and then eventually maybe in a year or two after that I might do private label. Not sure exactly yet. So we'll see how it goes. And that way, hopefully, I'll be a very well-rounded Amazon seller who can give advice on not only doing OA, RA, but also can do advice on wholesale and also private label. So that way, I'll be able to teach people pretty much every single way of doing Amazon. Hey, Brad. Thanks for joining us again. Like your new profile pic. That's the one of me in the pool, right? It's very small for me here, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Hey, those videos do well. Like, you make quite a few shorts out of those videos where I'm in the pool, and they actually are some of my better performing ones. Probably because it's just a bit more interesting background than just me sitting in an office. So definitely should do that more. Well, I booked the same place for next year, so I'll probably do some more videos there. But definitely having that kind of interesting background makes it kind of a more enticing video for people to click on. So yeah, on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, those are some of my better performing videos. Now I think about it, I need to get my my editor to actually cut up the interview from Qogita and put that onto TikTok and Instagram as well. So I just seen those red light shady shorts. Oh, okay. Are they red light, are they? Well, you got to give the people what they want. So if people want to see me topless in a pool, then hey, I guess that's the way it goes, isn't it? Got to do what gets the views. But yeah, they did actually pretty well. So they were good videos, actually. I wish I'd done more videos now I was there, but same time I was meant to be relaxing as well. So on that sort of holiday. But cool. There was one guy who just jumped. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're not already in, you already are, most of you anyway. Any viewers who are not already in, join my free Discord community. Link for that in description. And yeah, say we've got the Qogita representative in there now, which is awesome. And obviously we're going to be doing some Qogita sourcing now. We did have a guy join just a few minutes ago, who was asking. He wants to do either, I think, retail arbitrage or wholesale. And I said I'd answer that in here. Yeah, he says, hey, it's from a guy called Frosty. Hey guys, I'm new to FBA. I'm unsure whether to do retail arbitrage or wholesale. I mean, I basically say neither of those. I'd say do online arbitrage. But RA is still fun as well, retail arbitrage. But I would not get into wholesale to begin with. So, yeah, I could probably... If you're in here, by the way, Frosty, say hello. And maybe I can elaborate a bit more. But other than that, we're going to go straight into doing some sourcing. So let me just move over everything here. Hopefully this isn't going to break the thingy bob at talking head. Cool. Right. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. So I've got a few scans that have been done. I guess we'll go... Wow, this one's barely got any results. So I guess we'll go with the one that's got like 20,000 results and have a look at this one. This is from basically like scans from today from the Qogita price drops. So yeah, the money is where, yeah, topless is where the money is. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully I'm not in the way. It all looks good. Cool. Nice. Probably should have closed all the other bits down. Let's make sure I'm on the sleep mode. Cool. Right then, so how has Qogita been going for you guys? Hopefully you got some good orders, you're making some good profits. This week's been a bit slow for me on the ordering, but overall very happy with how Qogita's going. And obviously for those of you that are watching this after this, or that are not already ordering on Qogita, all the links are in the description. You can get £120 off your first order. And all that kind of good stuff as well. So, it's a fantastic place to get into wholesale. Have you noticed when you do a full scan, the first few files of 30k always have more results than last few? Maybe. No, I don't know, actually. Let's have a look. So this one here had 43,000 products, with 30,000 matching and 8,200. So this one had nearly double the amount and then nearly double the amount of results. And yeah, so it actually looks pretty good. Like this was half and this one doubled. So Looks okay, but yeah, I'm not noticing anything like that. So, but yeah, what were you guys saying here? Have you noticed? Yeah. So no, I've not noticed that, Matthew, but I'm sure it's all okay. So Chris has been buying loads this week. He told me he can't name the banging perfume brands. Versace. Hey, that's a good brand. So I've mentioned it multiple times. So yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, I've probably been sleeping on Versace a little bit on Qogita. Actually, I need to have kept up with it because those gift sets do extremely well. I thought it was a 30k limit. No, there's no limit now on Arbisource. If you give it like 100,000 rows, I think it'll just split it up into multiple files. So yeah, there's a file size limit of like 25 megabytes, but there's no limit on how much you can actually send in. It will literally just split the files up for you if you actually like put a file that's too big, if that makes sense. So MTT, do you buy most of your perfumes from Qogita? Pretty much, yeah. So Notino is obviously a really good place for perfumes, and yeah, but right now I'd say a good probably 90% of my perfumes aftershaves are from Qogita. So let's have a look at this one here already right off the bat. I'd normally order this by BSR, but I know this could be quite a nice little brand. A decent amount of stock, 453 here. So buy price is 17.18. I think I've looked at this one before. So, I've got 17.25 in there. I don't know why. Let's have a look at this one. So, £7 profit, 40% ROI. What's the sale price right now? Sale price right now is 36. We haven't got any sellers on this one either. Well, we've got a seller fulfilled on Amazon. Yeah, we've seen this one before. It's got no sales history, so this is a bit of a gamble, this one. And actually, I think we said, before this one here, because the 30ml is £36, the 50ml is £40. So this one's just too expensive. But you know what? At £30, I think you probably get sales here. It's still £2.92. I reckon this would sell a lot if the price was right. But this is a bit of a gamble. Hey, you could buy all of them and give it a go. Bit of a gamble, though, this one. But yeah, so depends if you like a gamble or not. Right, let's order this by BSR. I know someone earlier messaged me, actually. Here's a lesson for you. I was doing the podcast with Nikos, and he sent me something to look at. And he was like, is this product good? And I obviously didn't get a chance to look at it until maybe half hour, 40 minutes later. And I was like, man, that is a killer deal. And fortunately, I think he carted a few of them and then bought them, but without paying. But he'd left a lot on the table. And I was like, if you guys see something good that you think's good, just buy it and don't pay. Better to secure that stock than just wander and then miss out. Because by the time I looked at it, the rest of the stock was sold. I think there was like 300 to 400 items in stock, and then he bought 99. So that means someone else scooped up the other 200 to 300. So R1 saying, have you tried to see how Qogita purchases affected your sales? I think with a lot of these perfumes, I've just basically put a very optimistic price on there. So I'm pretty sure by the time December comes, I will be... people keep retracting their messages. I'm pretty sure by the time that December comes... those prices will get hit, so I just need to be patient, really. So it's not like I set a rubbish price in the first place. I generally set my perfume prices for those kind of like December, when the price goes up. I don't know about that one, Brad, to be honest. I got told that it wasn't reserved, but I don't know, really. I mean, I've definitely tried it, and the stock seemed to have disappeared, but I can't guarantee. I don't know. Yeah, it's also much better to have. I don't know if you noticed, Brad, but there's less delay now. So when I see your chat, I've seemed to have fixed it. I think it's working pretty well. So yeah, definitely one for Charlie. Actually, yeah, you've got him in there, so that'll be interesting whether he'll know that. Cool. Let's start anyway. Having a look at some of these things. So this Max Factor one potentially looks interesting. Max Factor is quite a nice brand. How many different perfume brands have you got listed on Amazon? That's a very good question. I couldn't give you a number, but I've got like Versace, Paco Rabanne, DKNY. Oh God, There's a few others I can't even think of now. I don't know. I've got loads, so I couldn't actually. I'd have to check, to be honest. I'm not sure. So, oh yeah, Chris is saying we're adding VAT to these deals. So, I mean, Arbisource has done it for me basically. So, when I'm putting the sheet in, using the Qogita price drops sheet, the VAT price is already there, so I don't need to add the VAT. But just to show you, basically, if we go here, you can see this is £6.04, which if you add VAT on will be £7.24 or something like that. So this price you see here is the VAT price. So if we go ahead and open this up on Amazon, we can see. So yeah. So here's an interesting one. I say Max Factor can be quite a nice little brand. 45 available. So this one costs, what was it, $7.24. So £2 profit. Hey, 28% ROI. It's 100 SPM, which is nice. Let's have a look at the price. Obviously sells like 100 to 200 apparently. A great example here showing how price affects the monthly sales. So this one's been living pretty much at like $9.99. The buy box getting 200 SPM, and then look, it's gone up here to like £16, and then obviously the SPM has dropped down to 100. So the consumer is basically saying that's too expensive for us to maintain a 200 SPM here. And this one here is a great example of a product that initially looked okay, but pretty much lives the past 3 months at $9.99. We'll just double check the year. And you know what? In the past, it has been higher. So looking here, I'd say probably 30% of the time, I'd say it's been above around the sort of £15 mark. The rest of the time, sort of 70% of the time, it's been at $9.99. So if you bought this, there's a good chance. If you get it in quick enough, you could get these like higher prices. But there's also a chance that you might end up going for like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 month drought where you get no sales because you're waiting for that higher price. So it's not really the best purchase, but I just don't know how long it's going to be with this price spike here. I mean, last time it went up to sort of £15, it was there for like 1, 2, 3 and a bit months. So we've only just gone for that price spike. So if you look at the history, potentially we could be in for another sort of 3 month spell of sort of £15-16. But given what kind of a gamble this is, I would say considering this is a little bit of a gamble, I'd want higher profit, higher ROI to make up for that, really. So but yeah. So Scott's saying on my download it's only 25 give or take rows. Is that correct? Which download are you using? Not sure which one you mean there. Right. So that one's probably a pass. Anyway, what was the conclusion there? I need to get a final answer here. Can we sell Weller? I just don't know. I've got no experience with this brand. Again, there's no sales here. It's got it's 44 sales per month. And I kind of like to stick with wholesale to like 50 SPM really. Plus, I'm pretty sure this brand's okay. Saying that, there's only one FBA seller on this one, and everyone else is FBM. So you'd be a pretty good chance to like come in and get some good sales here. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, well, that's fine. I don't know. There's something about this brand I just can't seem to stick it into my head that. Okay, Pete's saying it's big IPs. It's Pete trolling us. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know, that one there, I don't know, it's a bit slow, I guess, but there's still potential. What I like to buy here is I want fast selling items. I want things that are selling quickly, really. This is a little bit different to OA. I'm willing to take, and we had this discussion earlier, people, asking, looking for those 30% ROIs in wholesale. And I think it's great if you can find those, and you can find those. But what I'm really looking for, even beyond those, really, is like really fast selling items where I can get a lot of stock. And even if I end up making that 10% ROI, if that sale price is really stable, and I know I'm going to be making that 10%, I'd be okay with that. If I can sell like a lot per month, like, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 a month. So, again, here, it's just a bit of a slower seller. So I'm going to skip it. We want to find these like faster selling ones here. So I'm just checking the Discord. Okay, cool. Brad's asking the question for us. That's awesome. Another one here, just less than 50 SPM. Going to skip it. I know Callum from Arbisource is working on trying to figure out these variation things here to show us the actual what do you call it? The actual SPM for these like variation listings. Actually, interesting. I mentioned this earlier in the Qogita price drop server. I wonder if they fixed it actually, but this one here popped up. They haven't fixed it yet. That's not good. I did send it to 2 people. This one here this is a great example of why you should always double check this is what I call scam bot. So we've had this product here was found for £2.51. This is a relatively expensive perfume. I don't know what's it cost, like 40, 50 quid normally. I've got no idea exactly. And then, sorry, let me finish my thoughts quickly. But if you just double check this GTIN and put it into here, you'll see that there's a problem. And that is that this is a Tresemme CMOS. This is what this EAN stands for. And one thing we learned is there definitely should be more than that in the main catalog link, Scott, yeah. One thing we learned basically is that on Qogita, you just need to be aware that the title and the image is just for guidance only. It's all about this GTIN. So this is what I do, and what I recommend you all do as well, is always double check that GTIN number on this scanbot.io tool and double check that it matches what you're buying. Because here, basically, there's a mistake. This has not been updated yet. This is wrong. And if you bought this expecting to get Carolina Herrera, you'd be in for a bad time, because you're going to get a bunch of this turning up. So the GTIN trumps all, essentially. And yeah, that's something you need to just be aware of, basically. So just double check that before you yeah, that was an interesting one anyway. Kind of a fun one there. Right, so what were you saying? Let's have a look. Can you filter 50 SPM on RB? Haven't bought it yet. Filters, can you do? Yes, you can do, actually. Estimated monthly sales, yes. The only problem is, though, a variation. So this one here says it's like 1848, for example, but it's got 28 variations. Now, that's not split equally between those variations. There's obviously colors that are more popular than other ones. So that's the problem with this, basically. But yes, you can do. But what I'm doing is I've ordered this from, I did BSR, actually. It should be monthly sales. Monthly sales, high to low. So, never seen you mention this before. Yeah, it's free, yeah. Pete should pay more attention. You changed the picture again, eh? You can find a more embarrassing one, the image, than that. Come on, with me making a funny face. Not that I can read. It's so tiny, I can't see the image really. Scambot is free. I mean, yeah, I believe so anyway. I've been using it for free anyway, so yeah, it's all good. So coming soon to filter confirm sales. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think Callum was talking about adding that in as well. Can you filter out some kind of killer profit, low monthly sales? You filter at least this. It can also filter out some killer profit, low monthly sales. Okay, yeah, sure, absolutely. So there's lots of ways to use the filters. The way I'm using it is not the only way. There's plenty of other ways. So let's check out these Philips Sonicaires. Are these a good deal or not? $26.95 apparently. $26.95. This has got to be this has got to be a fast seller. $2,000 a month. Hey Ben, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, okay. I was thinking why is this not sold? Yeah, this is a little bit inflated. So 2000 SPM, but again, why you need to read the charts. You can see here that this price is inflated. The seller count has gone down because the monthly sales has gone up, and it's something that sells for normally 31, 32 is now all the way up to 50. So if we put this to 32, which is what it normally sells for, we'll be making a loss. So I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, it is what it's selling for now. People probably would still buy this, but you run the risk here of being stuck with these items. And yeah, it's basically not, in the whole year, it's not been this price. So this is definitely avoid this product. So that's a good reason why you need to look at the price history of these items to understand what's going on and to make informed decisions. I think this is just the same one. So it's because I combined a bunch of files together to get a lot of results. It was like the whole day basically, maybe yesterday. I can't remember exactly. What's the topic you're talking about with Nikos? We'll probably watch it all tomorrow. We talked about all sorts, Ben. We talked about, I don't know, a little bit of private label, a bit of Amazon stuff, a bit of ungating. We talked about a tiny bit of politics. I don't know. We just talk about random stuff, really. It's a good listen. You should, it's a good, good listen. You should check it out. I always have a good time chatting to Nikos, and people seem to enjoy those chats as well. But yeah, we just kind of just talk about whatever comes to mind, really. We don't have any kind of topic in mind, really. But, next time we're doing one of those, I could potentially ask if anyone's got any kind of topics they want us to maybe cover. But yeah, we talked about all sorts, really. Any way for Amazon to not charge me tax if I'm making very low sales? No. Maybe. What tax are you talking about? Sorry, I'm answering questions here in the Discord group as well. Right, let's have a look anyway. We've got the Giorgio, Beverly, Armani. Is this Armani? No, I don't know why I thought it was Armani. Is it no, Giorgio, Beverly Hills. So buy price is $10.26. This has got to pick up in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a great example of why this is a bad buy. If you look here, you can see that the 30. You can't see this. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see the 30 mil here right now is £20, but the 15 mil is £15.50. So definitely, smart consumers are going to be buying the 50 mil one. So yeah, I'd avoid this, and even the 90 mil is cheaper. So at £19. So this is a good example. You just need to double check those variations, and yeah, we'll skip this one basically. So I think you still get some sales, but I never like buying those kind of products where you can buy the bigger sizes for cheaper prices. UK Lash. I don't know anything about this particular. Yeah, this is private label. So let me just double take a note of this one here that we're going to be. I'll send that to my brother as private label. We can get rid of that one. Topic, that is private label as well, isn't it? I think. Let's have a look here. See, a lot of these brands I feel like are private label, but maybe they're not. Definitely an inflated price, and apparently we don't have enough data for this one as well. Let me zoom out slightly. Interesting. Okay. Weird. Is this one sellable? Probably going to be private label. I'm not sure about this one, to be honest. I mean, it looks very profitable, but 54, 105. I don't know. That one looks weird to me. I'm going to skip that one. I think it's private label. It might be totally wrong there. I might be skipping on something there that potentially is very profitable. Schwarzkopf, I'm 99% sure we can sell this one as well. Again, another example of variation here. Let's have a look. Sort of just under 50. But saying that, if you guys can get a bunch of these ones, don't go too deep on them. Maybe get 25 of these, and you can get them from the same seller. Potentially you could get some good profits from these kind of items. So this one costs us $4.44. Let's have a look here. Price looks pretty stable. So Scott's saying in regional shopping prices, what are you setting? I think thinking custom. There are no custom duties, Scott. You're all good. You can order from Europe and the UK. There are no custom duties to worry about. It is all included in the price. Shipping and custom duties are all included in the price. So you're all good. So I order from all over Europe. So yeah, you're all good to go basically on that one. Nothing to worry about there. Right. Let's have a look then. So yeah, I mean, look, if you get a lot of these, sort of, I would say slower. I mean, they're nearly 50, but not quite 50. You could potentially make some good money here on these kind of items here. Say if you can get some different colors or flavors or whatever they are, get a bunch of these ones. Could be a good way to make some money. If I buy a product from EU, would Qogita still charge me custom duties and VAT? You always pay. So custom duties are included in the price. VAT is added at the checkout, basically. So the price that you see here on the... not wrong one, my bad. So the price you see here is the excluding VAT price. However, once you go to checkout, it will add the VAT on, but that's it. There's no custom duties. It's all included in the price. So the price you pay at checkout is the price. That's it. There's no custom duties there at all. You're all good to go. So, but VAT is added at the checkout. So yeah. Even if you buy from EU or UK, whatever, it's all the same basically. Shipping and custom duties are all included in the price, and VAT is even included in the price at checkout. So Nimco's saying, if I order a DG, would you recommend sending to a prep center or do it myself? 100% do a prep center. So one I recommend right now that's open for business and is doing a great job is Scuific. So I'll put that in here. That is run by the guys who own Profitector Pro, Buybot Pro, all those guys. So, you know, it's backed by a big company. They're very quick sending stuff in. So if you need stuff sent in really quick for DG for Christmas, definitely use them. But yeah, so that's the one I'd recommend to use now, and 100%, just because you can't send, you know, DG yourself really. It's not really allowed. I know people do it, but yeah, I think that the time of you doing DG yourself is coming to an end unless you've got a contract with UPS or DPD or whatever. So yeah, definitely use a prep center, 100%. And don't forget Nimco to. Oh yeah, you've already got your code, haven't you? You got your £100 off, £120 off, I should say. So there is no membership fee. No, you're all good. Yeah, so no membership fees for Qogita. You're all good. It's all free. Yeah, yeah, no membership fees for Qogita. Now, what I'm also utilizing is Qogita Price Drop Server, which is that is a paid server. That's $49.99 a month. And what that does is it monitors Qogita for price drops and then spits them out in a CSV, which you can then put into Arbisource. Arbisource is a paid subscription as well. Links for all of these in the description. But yeah, so, but actually Qogita itself, there is no membership required. So Issey Miyake, this used to be a good brand, but I swear I got hit with an IP claim on this one a while back, but saying that, I think I'm still selling it now actually, so I think this is actually a good brand. So 4368, obviously you're going to have to get ungated, and ungating right now, guys, is an absolute nightmare. Okay, Nimco, yes, sorry about that. Scuific does have a membership fee. I think it's £20 a month, if you just double check their website. I think they charge 60p an item, no matter if it's a bundle or whatever. And it's, yeah, I think it's £20 a month, but you can just use it for a few months if you want. I mean, obviously, yeah. But there are loads of other prep centers to use, by the way. Just one that I can recommend. I've visited them as well. I've visited Scuific. Very professional operation, big warehouse, very organized. They send stuff in super quick as well, so you know it's a good prep center. So I've visited it myself. Let me just double check on this one then. So I'm going to quickly switch to. Here we go. Full screen cam. I always do this. Don't want to give away too much stuff. Let's close this while I'm here as well, just to try and speed things up a bit. So I'm just going to double check the closing a lot of stuff there. The Issey Miyake stuff. So let's have a look here. I'm pretty sure I'm selling Issey Miyake right now. I did get an IP claim, I think, a while back, but no, Issey Miyake is not. Well, it might be for new people. Why don't you test it out? That's the ASIN, Brad, and let me know. For me, it's not hard gated, so maybe I'm one of the lucky ones that can sell it. I'm not sure. Let me go to the talking head again. Cool, right, let's go back. So I can definitely sell this brand. And let's just look at this, evaluate this one, see if we could sell it. I mean, ASPM is 11, so that's not good. Right now, this kind of price is 72. I mean, according to the past, it's been 50, with even a little spike to 100. So I'm not sure why Keeper is saying 11. It seems a little bit low to me. And it's not a bad price. It's a little bit inflated, but it's not a bad price. But yeah, this one probably a skip. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, this one. I'll probably skip it. So Amazon's been hard gating a lot of new sellers as Q4. Yeah, it's definitely getting tougher to get ungated. You should look at it as an advantage. It means there's going to be less people potentially coming into Amazon. So if you're willing to persevere and go through the hard effort of getting ungated, then it's a good thing, you could argue. And I get it. I'm getting messaged literally on a daily basis now. How do you ungate? I'm running into problems. There's no secret sauce to it. You've just got to keep trying. And every time they give you a reason why, they've not given you, you just need to, write back saying, hey, this is not right, blah, 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 whatever you need to do. Just keep explaining it to them as if they're like a 4-year-old. I had a guy message me. He's got like a lot of Paco Rabanne stuff. And, he's tried to ungate Paco Rabanne twice. I'm like, mate, it took me 10 goes to get Paco ungated. So, but yeah, wholesale invoice is what they requested. Cool. So you can use Qogita then to get a wholesale invoice. There we go. So although normally Notino is my main way to get ungated. So, but as long as you can get the Qogita and the wholesale invoice, you should be good to go. So okay, cool. No, it's all good, Brad. Brad, look, it's hard to keep up with all the brands. I can't remember all the brands myself. So sometimes you get it in your head for some reason. I do this all the time. I'm like, oh, you can't sell that brand. Just like with Weller, for some reason I had that in my head that you can't sell it, but you can. So it's hard to keep up with all these different brands. So I think we've already been through this DKNY before. 30mm, 30mm. Same one again. Oh no, this is a different one actually. Let's have a look here. Is it the same item? Interesting. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, we've been through this one anyway. 30mm, it's not going to sell for that price. So don't know why it's come up so many times. Probably because I merged quite a few files together. So let's have a look. Took me over 7 weeks of pestering and buying from different places to get ungated on Paco. Yeah, I think Paco is one of the hardest ones that I've had, and I think probably is one of the hardest ones. Notino did it in the end, third time of asking. Yeah, so again, with Notino, I still struggled, but in the end, I had the Notino, I had the Qogita wholesale invoice. Just kept sending it in, kept trying. I mean, there is no secret. I mean, Matthew, did you have any secret thing that you knew about to do it, or did you just keep trying? For me, you sort of keep trying and keep explaining. So MV2 saying, when was it too late to continue sourcing and shipping to Amazon warehouse? I assume you mean for Christmas. Realistically, I would say you want to be getting your items shipped in, like leaving your warehouse or whatever, or home by the sort of the it's hard to say really. The 10th of December is probably the last day I'd send items in. But it depends on what check-in times are being like. So, message the great guru on his Discord. Yeah, exactly. Well, my results are down at the moment. I might have to pass the mogul hat on to someone else. So, although saying that today's a little bit better, £274 profit. So it's edged up a little bit, but then my mate was saying, oh, I'm on £600 profit. I'm like, bloody hell. But I know my time's going to come in December. So, yeah, it'll come. If it doesn't, I'll be stuck with a load of perfumes. So I'm actually clearing a lot of other stock as well, actually, that I'm taking a tiny loss on, actually. So, like today I've actually sold, what have I sold? One perfume. I've sold another one where I'm losing 22p, another one I'm losing 44p. This 44p one I've had in for nearly a year now. It's about to go out of date, so I'm just getting that sold now, clearing it out. That was one of my biggest mistakes I've made. But it is what it is, so take the L on that one. Some cosmetic items, I don't know, all sorts of stuff today. Hey, a PC monitor for £78 profit. Nice, I've got 4 more of those left. So again, I've not seen that one sell in ages. It just shows you if you kind of hold your prices and wait, eventually things do come in. So setting to EU, must be VAT registered. That's one for next year. You don't need to be VAT registered, Scott. You're all good. You can be a sole trader to order from EU. You do not need to be VAT registered. So it's not a problem. You're all good to go. So, if you want to DM me on Discord, I can help you out. But yeah, you do not need to be VAT registered to order from Europe. Literally have loads of perfume stuck as well, all from the Tino, Armani, Chanel. Can you sell Chanel? I can't remember. Yeah, Guerlain, that's a good brand. Or Hargade. Oh man, okay, that sucks. So what you need to do is get yourself onto eBay and just get them sold on eBay. They will fly out still. eBay is a good place to get rid of sold. Obviously, you probably didn't get into this to do eBay, but just sometimes you got to take the hit, I guess, or whatever, and just get them sold on eBay. They will sell, no problem. especially and if you can use your personal account, you don't have to pay fees either. So, he abandoned it. Oh my god. Hey, if you're going to cut me a good deal, maybe I could buy them off you. But yeah, okay. Vinted is another place you can sell. Check out Vinted then. Again, no fees on there. So I'm pretty sure people buy perfumes on Vinted. But yeah. So MV2, do you have a limited company or are you sole trader? Let me know. What's this Dracar Noir by Guy Laroche, or whatever it's called? Let's have a look at this one. 200 SPM, really? Look, I'm banned on eBay as well for personal account, but if you've got a limited company, well, create it under your limited company then. You're all good to go. Create a business account. So it's a limited account's a totally separate entity. So there you go. You can do that. The other trick as well is if they ask for your name, just switch your last name and first name. It tricks eBay's system. I'm not even joking. 1524 for this one. So this one looks kind of promising. Have I missed a... I mean, this is not a brand I'm very familiar with, but there's a lot of FBA sellers on here. Well, I say a lot. There's a lot of sellers on here and a couple of FBA sellers. I'm assuming this is going to need... let's quickly switch here quickly while I took this on. Oops. Here. Cool, we're okay. I double check this one here. Is this... Oh, I can sell this one. Cool. This is an interesting one then. For me, I could just sell it. I don't think I've ever ungated this brand. I don't recognize the brand. So 1524. Let's actually see if it's still available. It might have been already snapped up. 435 available. DM Discord, cash you out if you want. There you go. So people want to cash you out. So 20 cents on the dollar, you know. But yeah, hey, come on. This looks like a lead and a half. Price is, I mean, it's slightly inflated, but still fine. Obviously, with Christmas coming up, not only have we got price going up, we've got sales going up as well. Let's just check out the year. We can see this was selling for like 33, 34, 32 maybe in December with SPM of 200. So it looks like we've got that sort of 200 peak here for Christmas. Yeah, this one looks okay. So, yeah. I'm tempted to buy all 435, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, pretty good. So this one's an interesting one. And this is, okay, 200 mil, 200 mil. Last thing to check is EAM bot. So here we go. Let's double check to make sure this is the correct product. 200 mil. Yeah, we're all good to go. So here we go, guys. Here's one here. I mean, personally, I'd snap the whole lot up myself. I think it looks good enough for that. But obviously, if you guys want to split it, maybe 4 of you buy 100 each or something like that. I think this one looks good. As long as you can sell it, just double check. But yeah, does anyone see any issues with this one? To me, this one looks pretty good. And say it looks like I can list it and sell it. So yeah, looks pretty nice. One thing I will say, by the way, is just double check, add it to your Amazon account, and just make sure you can actually create a shipment with it. Because sometimes with there's like those glitchy ones like what's it called, Burberry, where you can add it all in and it all looks okay, but then when it comes to actually sending it, it says you can't do it. What's the price? Let's go for £40. Let me just add this in quickly. Just double check. But this one looks pretty good to me, to be fair. I don't know. Can I show a basket? I might have some secret stuff in my basket. I'm not sure. Oh, let's have a look anyway. So, yeah. It's okay. So, we can delete this one here. This is that Carolina Herrera one. This is another one. But yeah, so, and that's for those of you that got that sort of email today, giving you like 1% off or 2% off, potentially could make this even more profitable as well. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. I mean, I put the ASIN down there in the chat for you. I put the GTIN in there as well. To me, it looks like a good deal. Yeah, if anyone's got $5,500 plus VAT, go ahead and buy it. Also, a great thing here you can see. Let me just zoom in, by the way, so we can make sure we can actually see this. This seller is a marketplace invoice available seller, which means you're going to get an invoice from the seller, which is going to be amazing for, obviously, if you get any kind of authenticity claims or anything like that. So you'll have the seller and the Qogita invoice. So pretty sick. I'm just gonna have a drink. So yeah, cool. We'll leave that in the cart and see if anyone buys it, I guess. Hopefully you're all being quiet because you're all buying it. But yeah, I mean, it just shows you the deals are out there. That's a tasty deal, that one. I like that one. Right, I'm going to skip through, see if I can find any more perfumes, aftershaves, or anything interesting. Another Schwarzkopf one. Let's have a look here. Again, a slower cellared one. I'm not going to go with that one. D&G, I should say. I don't think I'm ungated on D&G, actually. I feel like it's one of the few brands I'm not ungated on. But yeah, I don't know. Doesn't look like the fastest seller anyway. I mean, it picks up at Christmas, but price drops potentially. What's the buy price on this one? I mean, I don't know if anyone's ungated on this one. Hopefully you guys are still there. Everyone's being very quiet in the chat. Apparently we've got 18 viewers, which is awesome. So not as popular as my last stream, though. I wonder why that was. Yeah, who knows? Mystery we'll never be able to solve. Yeah, this one's looking okay. So let's have a look. 28 to 62. £7.22 profit. I mean, if you're ungated on this, it's kind of all right. So Scott says, did I hear we can use Qogita Ungate as a supplier, as a wholesaler? So you won't basically never get ungated if you just have the Qogita invoice. But if you have the Qogita and the seller invoice, Scott, then you have a chance of getting ungated. It's not 100%. It's like 50-50. But if you've got the wholesaler one, it does help. And the way you know whether you're going to get the wholesaler invoice is at the top right. You can see here in the cart, it says marketplace invoice available. And that means this supplier here, this seller is willing to provide their invoice. So you'll have the invoice from the seller, the invoice from Qogita. So with those two paired together, it gives you a fighting chance to get ungated. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, it's not easy with any invoice right now to get ungated. So one thing I will say is, don't go deep on products right now that you're not ungated on. It takes so long and so much hassle to get ungated that if you buy something now, by the time you get it delivered and ungated and sent in, you're probably going to miss Christmas. So I would definitely don't go too deep. I mean, try and get ungated if you can, but don't start spending thousands of pounds on products in the hope that you'll get ungated, because right now it is a pain and you might miss Christmas. So MV2 says, how do you confirm if a product sells fast? Let's say seller ramp show unknown. So what I personally always use is I've got Keeper here, and I use the Keeper chart here. Now these charts are available in seller ramp. I don't personally use it like this, but you can open up the SaaS web app here and look at the data. I assume you've got seller ramp or you've got Buybot Pro. I mean, it's got all the same stuff basically, but they've all got the charts in there. We can look at the Keeper chart here on the right-hand side. Now, the reason I personally, and it's down here as well, like Keeper is because you've got these nice big charts here. But that's essentially the same chart as here, just I guess harder to read because it's a bit smaller. But I suppose you could zoom in. We can open a new window, actually, to be fair. So here we go. Cool. Okay. So we've got the data here, which is quite nice. Let's just zoom in a little bit so we can see. Same kind of data. And you see this line in the middle, MV2. You can see it here, or you can see it here. This yellow line here, this gold line, is monthly sold, and this tells you how much the SPM is. So that's coming, and also as well, you look at the top here, you can see where it says 200 bought in the past month. This is like the ultimate data of how you can figure out SPM. If Amazon tells you it's 200, then it's 200 basically. There's no ifs, buts, or anything about it. That's the end of it basically. So what in terms of like preference, I'm always looking at Amazon first for SPM, then I'm looking at Keeper, then I'm looking at seller ramp. So Just Brad says with Dracar one, does the 22.90 in October not put you off? No, it doesn't, because back then, firstly there were quite a lot of sellers, but also the SPM was down, and it's actually, if you look at this dip here in October, I mean, it is a dip, but for the majority of the time, This product lives at a higher price, like £30 plus. So, I mean, sure, it dips down to 27 here or whatever, but I'd say a good 50% of the time, I'd say probably it's at a kind of higher price. This is like a temporary little dip. This is like people panicking before Christmas, I think, like just trying to get it sold. Now, obviously, if it goes down to 22, we're losing money, but you know, I can only go based on the history. And looking at the past December, we sold like 200. It was like £30. It looks pretty good to me. And to be honest, we're already at 200 now, so I feel like this could even go up to like 300, 400 SPM. So for me, this one looks okay, but I do get what you're saying. I mean, what's our break? I mean, at £27.50, we're still making money. I think here it's been $27.99, 27. So for a lot of the month, basically from like, let's say pretty much from July all the way to like November, here is basically £27 or above. And then you've got July, August. I mean, even then it's still 20. It does go down to 25. But it pretty much spends like most of its time. If you drew an average line here, I just think you'd find the average is like £28, probably £29. This is kind of rare occurrence that it dropped down here. And I think it's just basically there are a lot of sellers on there and they panicked. Especially in September as well. If we go back to the year here, you can see the SPM was like 50, so maybe people thought, shit, it's looking pretty bad. And obviously the sales did actually climb because of the price drop, but we can see here in the past, in December, you know, £31, £30, whatever it was. So even at like what price we're at now, this is actually quite a suppressed price, £28.99. We've actually had like 200 SPM at like 31 to 33 pounds. So that's why for me it just looks really good, this product. So yeah, it's just because it's Christmas coming. If it wasn't Christmas coming, I would say no, don't buy it. But because Christmas is coming, I think it's a killer deal, in my opinion anyway. So that's what I'm looking at there basically. I think this is a temporary thing here that we're not going to see again. Well, for Christmas anyway. So just like what normally happens here, supply starts getting constrained for Christmas, prices start climbing, SPM starts climbing as well. So people have bought them. That's awesome. It's good to see. So 155 left. Okay, nice. So someone has bought them. So someone's making some money, which is awesome. Hopefully, explain that well enough there. Like, is it like a 100% guarantee product from the charts? Not 100%, but it's a 90% to 95% chance, like, profitable item. So, you know, and you're not going to get rich off it, but if you're able to get those 450, you know, you're making maybe, let's say £3 after you ship it and whatever. So you make, it's a £1,500 profit, like, lead there that we just found. You know, saying it's, but let's say it's 400 times by 3, so £1,200, whatever, yeah. So, but yeah. So, yeah, so I mean, I would have bought all those basically. So this stream has cost me £1,200 plus. So get ordering on Qogita. But yeah, but no, it's a good. I'm glad to found you guys a good lead. At least we seem to find at least one killer lead every single time I do a stream, which is awesome. Pretty much, I think. So for me, this one, especially with the SPM, I'd be shocked if this doesn't go to 300 or 400 by December. Let me know, Brad, how it goes in December. Yeah, message me sort of around the 10th or 15th of December. I'd love to see what the SPM is then. If it's less than 400, I'd be shocked. But yeah. Right, let's carry on anyway. I'm going to have to hang out for a little while. So if people are enjoying the stream, we've definitely lost a few viewers actually. I don't know if a few more come back. That's cool. So yeah, for those of you that dropped off, you missed out on the deal there. Yes, D&G one, I wasn't sure about it. Looks okay. Price a little bit inflated at 50, in fact very inflated actually. Normally £40, but we have got Christmas coming up. Oh, you're not ungated, okay. For me it was just an auto ungate. Can you not auto ungate, Brad, or is it required invoice? Let me know. Someone just sent me a message with a nice capital on tap purchase. No problem. I won't say who it is. But yeah, so excellent stuff. Oh, required invoice. I see it's so weird. I can pretty much guarantee you I've never ungated that brand. I don't recognize that brand at all. I'll just check my seller amp quickly, but I'm pretty sure I've never sold that item before. Let's have a look. I'm loading a search. Guy LaRoche. So yeah, nothing here. So cool, nice. Yeah. Anyway, cool, good job. So what prep center do I use? I use multiple ones, but the other one I use is shut right now for new business. So I use this one here. So if you Google that one, I mean, I can load it up if you want. Skewific.com, there you go. Think I saw it last Christmas, wasn't OA lead. Okay, cool, nice. Yeah, I mean, look, another great thing, by the way, if you've not got Arbisource hooked up, we should definitely sign up to Arbisource, by the way. This is what I'm using to do the searching. Link in the description for Arbisource. And if you've got SellerAmp as well, you can link them up here. And look at this here, which is a really cool feature. You can see here, it shows you where you can buy this item. So Perfumes Club have it for $19.79. Just My Look for $28. So you can see here, the person who got this for £15, that's a good wholesale price, basically. Which one everyone buying? Is this one here, the Dracar Noir one I'm looking at here. You guys can see it on the screen, yeah. Just double checking. Why is the category autos and vehicles? I need to change that on the stream. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, Mum's just shouting at me saying I've ruined her room. Boxes everywhere. Yeah, that's what happens when you do Amazon. Your house. I mean, my apartment's still full of stock. It is, and I need to really need to get rid of it. It's doing my head in. My hallway is just full of returns. It's an absolute nightmare. But yeah, so the D&G one I think is a little bit inflated, so we'll skip that one. 115 of these left apparently. So if anyone wants to get those last few, go for it. There'll be 2 of you, I think, on that one, so which is pretty good. But yeah, so I don't know how that one's flown under the radar for so long. To me, it looks like a really good deal. Anyway, Clinique. Let's have a look. Clinique can be a good brand. I thought this brand was gone. Turns out it's not. So yeah, it does fly under the radar a little bit, this brand, until I just mentioned it now, of course, to my thousands of viewers. But yeah, a bit of a slower seller, this one, so we'll skip this one here, but could be profitable. Another message from someone. Oh, nice, cool. So we've got a few orders in. That's awesome. Good to see. Any left, I'll sweep up, to be honest. I'll give it a few hours and then I'll buy up whatever's left. Okay, here we go. We've got a Clinique one here with 100 SPM. So $16.58 purchase price. Ooh. Well, apparently I've got £20 purchase price in the past. So this one's cheaper. Let's just look at the price. Price is a little bit inflated. I think normally around the 25. But, you know, it does spike up to 35. I mean, it's like 50-50. Half the time it's lower, half the time it's higher. You know, probably an average of... Well, let's see what we do with that 25. So if we put this to 25, is there money to be made? So here's a great example of a product I would probably take a risk on, because basically the downside is £25. And £25 is break even, essentially. Like, you knock off prep fees and stuff like that, 46p. Basically brings you to break even. Yeah, Valley, if you search up, it'll be there. So there you go. Yeah, and we all agreed we're going to brick it, correct? So, yeah, there you go. I'm not sure if there's any stock left. But yeah, here, so we can see here that like our downside is break even, but our upside is like 30, well, selling for £34, let's say, 34. So our upside is like £6.60, it's quite £6. So this, to me, looks like a really good deal. Again, this is one I buy. Sells 50 sales per month normally. It's gone up to 100 now, probably because the price is a little bit deflated. Look at the year. Let's check out the year, actually. So this one actually looks pretty hot. So 75 left apparently this one. But yeah, you guys ready to buy another one? Because this is quite a nice little deal, this one. Let me just double check and make sure it all matches up. So apparently, oh, maybe it's gone. Yep, it's sold. Yeah, it's too late. This was £16.58, but it's gone. You can see here, it was sat at this price for a while, actually. No one bought it. This product's gone. It's now £16.29, excluding VAT. So this one's gone. Yeah, so here's an example of one that was just too late on now, basically. It doesn't happen very often, actually, where you find a deal and you're too late on it. But yeah, this one's gone. Someone found this one, and it just shows you guys, these deals are out there. I mean, they are out there. you think how slowly I'm going through these deals because I'm kind of doing a presentation to you guys, but obviously when I'm doing it myself, I'm not explaining everything. So this is a good deal for all the reasons I explained. So someone cleared out there. Let me just tidy up my browser here. Is this a different one? This is, have a look here. We've got another one, 1956. So this one's not quite as much profit. Interesting. So this one is 100 SPM as well. Interesting. Images are a bit wrong. Well, I don't know. That second image looks weird. MV2, Arbisource is quite powerful, so definitely bang for the buck. Yeah, absolutely. And he's always improving it as well. So always improving it, always doing new features. I'm just waiting for the best feature to come out. And that is going to be, hopefully eventually, recommended services here. We'll have FBA moguls, hopefully Discord community there. So that will eventually come, which would be pretty awesome. But yeah, so another good deal, I think here. Not quite as... I mean, look, the price, if it goes down to 28, how much are you making? You break even, essentially, as well. I mean, this actually, compared to the history, this price is actually a little bit low. Again, this could be another nice little purchase. 1956. This one here could be quite a nice one, actually. I want that variation for this in the pipeline. Yeah, absolutely. So... do you know if they'll ever add a remove leads that have quite a lot of variations? Not sure what you mean by that. Remove leads, add a remove leads have I mean, what, from Arbisource? But what they're doing is what Brad said above, basically, is like a variations filter. So that would be the easiest thing to do rather than removing them. It just makes it easier, or you can see the actual sales of the variation. By the way, this one here looks pretty good to me, so I don't know what you guys feel about this particular one here. 100 SPM, £4.45 profit at the current price. Lowest price it's been is like, well, a little dip to 23, but realistically, 28, 80s break even, 32, 33. This one looks pretty good to me. I'll throw this one out there for you. If you are ungated on Clinique, let me just double check actually to make sure it's the same item on EA Unbot quickly before we do it. Let's have a look here. So it's number 3, CN28. Number 3. CN28 says on the image. So that's good. And it's 30 mil or 1 ounce. Cool. Looks good to me. I'll throw that EAN out there. You guys obviously do your analysis on it. But to me, that looks like a pretty good deal as well. Again, you're not going to get rich off it. How much is in stock? 146. Sells 100 per month right now. Right now you're making, let's have a look, 34, 44, £4.44 profit, £4.45 profit. Let's just say you make £3 profit on average. You've got £450 profit there. All these, by the way, came from Qogita price drops. If you're not in that server, there aren't that many spaces left, actually. So there is a paid Discord community. It's $49.99 a month. Link for it's in the description. It monitors Qogita for all these price drops and price changes and spits it out as a CSV, which you can put into Arbisource. And it really is an amazing tool that lets you find all these good deals. And yeah, you definitely check it out. It's capped to 50 for the foreseeable future. And I think there are like 43, 44, 45 people. Actually, I think maybe it was 47, actually. So there's not that many spaces left. I can't remember what my brother said. It's run by my younger brother, by the way. But yeah, so I can't remember exactly what he said. I think he said there's 47 users, yeah, but 42 renewing. So not that much space left really in there if you want to check that out. Cool. Right, I'm going to switch over to... the full screen camera now. I'm kind of done on the old sourcing front. An hour is my limit, really. Still happy to hang out with you guys, answer any questions, whatever you guys want, really. So, but yeah, and after this, of course, you can go and check out that interview I did with, not interview, but kind of podcast thing with Nikos. It's on the channel. That's a fun view. If you're prepping or doing anything like that, you can go and check that out. But yeah, if you guys got any questions or anything like that, let me know. yeah, well, I don't know whether we can. Yeah, I'm happy to hang out basically. So I'm just kind of done on the old sourcing front. Hopefully, you guys are all buying these deals. Yeah, the stream costs you too much. I'm happy to share it. To be honest, it's fine. So, but yeah, there are deals out there. I talked to my VA. I'm like, why didn't you find these deals? I need to speak to him actually. Yeah, I really like the Nikos series. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? So, I mean, I get on with Nikos really well. We've been friends. We never actually met in person. We've been friends now for a few years on sort of online, and eventually I need to take him and his family out for a meal. And meet him in person. He's obviously very busy at the moment. He's got a young family. He's got I don't know how old his youngest is, like a couple of months old, who doesn't sleep. So he's definitely been sort of trying to balance work and life and family and stuff. So but it's good to get him nailed down for a podcast session. So, but I said to him, we need to do it longer. I mean, 2 hours because we feel like we're cutting it. It's a Greek. I don't think there's any Scottish in there, but it's definitely Greek. He is half Greek, I believe, or some part Greek anyway. Fully Greek. I don't know actually. Definitely got some Greek in there, definitely. But yeah, just a great example. Nikos used to be a math teacher and then quit his job to do Amazon FBA. So 15.24 on the cost price. Let's have a look. Hopefully that was the price, wasn't it? Let me double check. God, you're making me worried now. Let me go back and find it. I can look actually in the chat actually. Yeah, 15.24. Let me have a look here quickly. It's in my cart, isn't it? On Are you sure that Clinique one is correct, Asin? I mean, yeah, I've checked it. It looks good to me. So, what's that? 12.70 times by 1.2. Yeah, so it's £12.70. There's 49 left on that Drac Noir one. It's £12.70 excluding VAT. If you do £12.70 times by 1.2, it basically gives you 15.24. So that's how you. Obviously, okay, Brad's done it for me. Brad's always on the ball. He's done it for me. I mean, value. I pretty much double checked that one, the Clinique one. The second one, by the way, I think the first one was sold already. Yeah, it looked good to me. I double checked it, triple checked it. It looked good to me. No, don't apologize, Brad. It's all good. I appreciate the help. So it all looked good to me. Obviously, do your own due diligence on all this stuff. None of this is financial or any kind of buying advice, but just telling you what I would do. I'm pretty sure I've double checked that Clinique one on the EAN one there. It all looked good to me. Is there anything that is looking wrong to you, Valley? Let me know if you think it's the wrong one. Super balanced makeup. Super balanced. 28 ivory. CN28. CN2803. Looks good to me. Yeah, 30 mil. Looks good to me. Okay, FBA Golden Boy. If you started social media all over again, how would you start? It's an interesting question. I guess the first thing to know is when you're doing social media, it takes ages to build up. But how would I start? I would have started earlier. I would have started not, even just documenting my journey on Amazon, even when I was starting out, because that's kind of what makes an interesting thing for people and more relatable is they can, I started pretty much when I was like relatively successful. I think people would have enjoyed seeing my progression when I started out. I would just do some research on like how to make good videos. So the most important thing is that like first 5 seconds of doing a video is like getting that hook to like keep people interested. And just do some research on how to make videos. But that's for you doing YouTube, by the way. I mean, there's so much to it, to be honest. Just start learning it. There's more than you realize to learn. And then it depends what platform you're on, like TikTok, Instagram. They all have different audiences, different ways of doing things. For me, it's all about YouTube, really. FBA wise though, the best content that I've seen out there is retail arbitrage content. That is the most popular content. It's the most relatable content for people. So if you can go out and film retail arbitrage, I think you're going to grow your audience massively and get people on board. So that is probably what I'd recommend. Also get some good equipment as well. Audio is the most important thing beyond the video, really. So get yourself a DJI Go mic or whatever, get one of those. Get yourself a GoPro or something like that. Sorry, don't get a GoPro, get a DJI Action 4, and then, that'll be it, basically. So, does Amazon ever make mistakes with payment calculations, product charges, fees? So, yes, they can make mistakes when it comes to... So all those kind of like fulfillment fees are all based on size and weight, basically. So what you can ask if you feel like for some reason you're being charged too much on a fulfillment fee for a product is you can ask for what's called a remeasure. And if you go to your Seller Central, I'm pretty sure if you type in remeasure, you can find the page and you can basically put the ASIN in, and I think you have to put a few measurements in as well. And they'll do a remeasure essentially, and they'll weigh it and remeasure it. And then obviously if you're telling them what is correct, they'll change those kind of like dimensions to that product. So, but I've had it a few times where the size was wrong. It's probably a good idea actually to, if you know how the size of the product, know what it is, so that you can double check. Other than that, I'm sure they make mistakes all the time, but it's very hard to like know if they have made a mistake beyond that kind of thing. It's very hard. I mean, it's all automated, isn't it? So in theory, it should be correct, but it's extremely hard to know. I mean, people, they send me like links saying, hey, this is my Amazon disbursement. I mean, I never even look at that kind of stuff. I just have to go on. It's just too much. I use SDK. Which makes it a little bit easier to see what's going on, but I don't like ever go down to that nitty gritty of each individual sale. I just keep an eye on, if I see a product sell for maybe on Seller Toolkit for less than I thought, maybe I'll look into it. But beyond that, Matthew, you got to go. Big Brother is on. Thanks. I don't know if you're joking or not. Is Big Brother actually on? But no problem, mate. Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out, watching and hanging around. It's been good fun. But yeah, so guys, Qogita is a gold mine. Anyone who's not ordering from there, I was gonna say, I was like, is that rubbish still on TV? Oh, I can't stand that kind of stuff. Can you remember talking about Billie Eilish, ASIN from yeah, absolutely I can, Brad, because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's like a famous singer or something. Hey, I was right though. Is that? I can't remember. I can't remember more than that. Was it a good deal or not? I can't remember actually. If it was a good deal, I don't remember really. But yeah, let me know, Brad, if you bought it or did a good deal or not. But yeah, I do remember that one. So, at the last minute, I decided it was overpriced. Okay, cool. Amazon crashed the price. Oh wow. Okay. It does kind of make sense that they're probably going to get a lot of these items in Amazon for Christmas. So I guess that's one kind of risk, I suppose. But that's where you need to look at the past history, I guess, and see. Excuse me. God damn, I'm tired. But yeah, so I do remember that one anyway. But yeah, some good deals on Qogita, really. I've been pretty lazy this week on the sourcing. I've had my VA doing some sourcing on there for me. Not found that much actually, but definitely missing stuff. Went from 1340 to 1087. That's a shame. I mean, it might come back because that's going to sell, isn't it? I'm pretty sure she's fairly popular at the moment. But yeah, so I mean, even more than normal. I'm not sure, but it's I don't know. That's the risk you take. We can only use the best guess in the data we've got, and then even then, sometimes you're going to get it wrong. That's why I always like to say, if you can, your worst case scenario is break even. That way you're not losing your shirt on stuff. But yeah, so I've got a message here. Let's have a look. Who is this actually? So I've got the thingybob one. So just asking about Qogita. Cool. I'll double check that in a minute, Lewis, for you. So I can't read that and be entertaining on the stream. I'm like a clown. I hate to entertain, keep people entertained. But yeah, so Oh yeah, I was thinking if you give us any information on the giveaway, I was trying to find the code, but nothing is working. Cool. So what you need to do is DM once you've made an order on Qogita, you can just DM me and I'll send you your unique code that gives you the 250 free entries. So that's the only way to get that code. Each person has their own unique code that can only be used once, and that gives you a big bonus on the entries for the MacBook, which I'm going to get now. So. Here it is. This is it. So it's all bought, paid for. Okay, it's not in focus, but anyway. So there it is. It's just the camera wants to focus on my face. There we go. There's the MacBook Air. So someone is going to win this upside down MacBook Air. There it is. So all paid for, all ready to go. But yeah, so let me put it down there. Don't drop it this time. So if you want to win that MacBook, there's a link in the description. You can enter and have a chance to win that MacBook. The draw is on the 18th of December, I believe. It's only open to UK residents only, though. So I ain't shipping that stuff to America or wherever. So yeah, UK only. And also as well, I will probably, one, I'll live stream the giveaway. Two, when I draw the winner, if that person has not participated in the community, like by even sending one message, I'm going to disqualify them. So just to stop people, just entering and not actually being in the community. So, but yeah, so yeah, so hopefully that helps you out, Nimco. Anyway, just DM me once you made your order, and we'll be good to go basically. So, Snappy question: no marketplace invoice for one of the deals you mentioned here, but it was if ungated, already good to go with it. So which one was it? I can't remember actually. I wasn't actually looking at that stuff, to be honest. Totally forgot. Apart from that one with the noir stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you're ungated, would Qogita invoice? So yeah, is Qogita invoice good enough with an auth claim? Yes, I've seen, I think 3, 4, 5 people now fight a authenticity claim with just a Qogita invoice. However, if you struggle, reach out to Qogita. They may be willing to go that extra mile to help you if you have a real problem. But yes, I've seen people, say 4 or 5 people now, fight an authenticity claim with the Qogita invoice. I've even fought a parallel import claim with a Qogita invoice as well. I've not had an auth claim myself, but yeah, you should be good to go. Hey, Bocan, how's it going? Yeah, not too bad, thank you, cheers. So thanks for jumping in. We're just hanging out now. I've done some sourcing. I found everyone about 2,000, no, how much pound? 1,500 to 1,700 pounds worth of profit we found tonight. So it's a very profitable stream, this is for some people. Not for me, but yeah, so but yeah, Snappy, to be honest, the invoice thing's never actually bothered me. I've always ordered anyway. I'm not recommending everyone does that, but for me, it's always been fine. I've got faith in Qogita that everything is authentic. So yeah, it's can't seem to get ungated on Clinique. Found an amazing deal. Just need to get ungated. We found a Clinique deal tonight actually, so maybe that's the one. So yeah, it's and you just got to keep trying, or just try and get an Artino invoice potentially. That might help. But yeah, we've been talking about ungating. You just got to keep trying. There's no other way around it really. Keep just trying to explain why they're wrong, why you're right, and just keep going. That's all I can recommend really. It's a tough one. Ungating is a real pain right now. It is a total pain. But yeah, excuse me, apparently I'm tired. Yeah, took me 10 goes to pack Aeroband to keep going. So if you want, I'll buy it off you, but I only paid 10 cents on the dollar. So I'm joking. But yeah, well, no, I will, but I'm not going to. I won't exploit you like that. So, but yeah, just got to keep trying. It sucks. But once you get it open, ungated, the profits will start flying in. Clinique's a good brand actually, because a lot of people think it's restricted, but it's not. It went restricted in the USA, but never came over to UK. It was La Roche-Posay, Vichy, and Clinique were all meant to go restricted in the UK. And I think in the end, only Vichy went restricted. La Roche-Posay is still available to sell in some items, not all of them. And Clinique seems to be fine as well on most items. So Yeah, I've definitely been sleeping on a few of those items, thinking they were hard gated, but they are not. So always worth double checking. But yeah, so it's good little brands there. Cool. Anyone got any final questions before we potentially log off? I'm happy to hang out, but I'm running out of things to say unless you guys have got any questions. But no, it's been hopefully this month will get a bit better for me. £274 profit at the moment. That's for the day, sorry, and then the month is at £1,501, so not too bad. It's okay. Connect Deal's gone. Someone bought it. So Sati says Live Cops is the best FBA group. Cool. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Hey, it is a pretty solid group, let's be honest, to be fair. So I've made plenty of money from that group. All jokes aside, definitely, I don't know how many times I've paid my membership over, but plenty of times. So, thanks Sati for joining. We're just about to log off, unfortunately, but I've been sourcing Qogita for the past hour. But once I finish here, you'll be able to watch this all over again. It'll be available there. Sati, let me know about Qogita, mate. It's gold. I've literally found like £1,500, £1,600 worth of deals for everyone tonight. So, and people have bought them. So people have been very happy. It's been a good session. So we've got 14 viewers at the moment. So yeah, not as popular as my previous one, but that was a stream deck. We had 20 at one point, which is pretty good actually. So yeah, these live streams go very well actually. I do enjoy doing them. So heard. Come on, Sati, keep it friendly. So cool. Right, I'm gonna get close to Ace. Might be. Oh, okay. Oh, the Ace. Okay, I see. Yeah. Hey, every group has its own benefits, I suppose. So, not going to knock any group out there. Everyone has their own benefits. So, and I'm sure you'll make plenty of money if you join any group, and you actually like watch the deals and stuff. You know, the pings come in. So I've made plenty of money in Live Cops before. I've made plenty of money in other groups as well. The only problem I have at the moment is I just cannot cope with too many pings. It just overwhelms me and I shut down basically if I get too many pings. So for me, actually, less is more in a way. In a lot of groups, I've had to actually mute a lot of stuff because I just can't cope with it, to be honest. It's just too much for me. And then, like I said, I just end up like just not buying anything, to be honest, because it's just too much information overload. So I think it's definitely something maybe all the groups can improve a little bit, is maybe trying to figure out maybe a way to reduce the pings and just show the ones that are the best ones. But how much do I pay for these groups? So Live Cops, I believe I've got a yearly deal for 400, which I think's available. I'm not sure. Sati can tell you. I think normally it's £50 a month, but they do like a deal. I know it's been cheaper than that as well, actually. I'm in some other groups as well. They range between sort of, I think, £40 for the cheapest up to 70 or 80 for some of them. So do you know what? The subscriptions do add up, especially when you throw in like Seller Toolkit, Seller Amp, Keeper. Before you know it, your subscriptions, Profitex Pro, all these subscriptions do add up a little bit. So you do need to kind of maybe stay on top of them a little bit. But obviously with the groups, you're going to hopefully get some good leads. And I mean, the way I look at it is if each group, let's say it costs £50 on average, it just takes one lead a month to like make you that money back or more. That's the way I always looked at it. It just takes one lead. I know one group has coverage of everything, so just get that one lead. It basically pays for it itself, really. So, if you get a really good lead, you end up paying like 12 months worth of membership in one go. So, it's for me, they work pretty well. So I think RB's got a 3-month trial if you join. Brad, come on. Get rid of that message. So, if you want to join Arbisource, you need to join using my link in the description. So, I know Seller Amp have got a better deal at the moment. Yeah, been hurting me. No, I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. So, Yeah, they've got a really good deal at the moment, but hopefully that's going to end soon. It's been hurting me. So little tip, you can use Mogul, then Celerams. There you go. Wow. Okay, you can double dip. Cool. Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely take advantage of those free trials. By the way, when you're new, there's free trials. You can do the Celeram. You can try Buybot Pro. All these kind of places have free trials. Firstly, you get to try them all out and see what you like, and then secondly, you also get free deals for a month or two or so, which is going to help your cash flow when you're new to Amazon. But yeah, so hey, no problem with doing that. As long as the final one you use is my affiliate link, then I'm all good, basically. So, but yeah, so it's fine, Brad, it's fine. I'm only joking. Go and take the deal there. They've got a great deal. So yeah, if you can take advantage of it, so in the end of the day, definitely do what saves you money. Wish I got another free trial of PPP since you used it when I started, didn't utilize it. Hey, just reach out to them and ask and say, hey, I didn't use it. Can I have a bit of a free trial? I'm sure they will help you. Next thing to do is I need to get a PPP rep into FBA moguls, just like we've got the Arbisource and now the Qogita rep. That is my goal, is any software or thing that I promote is going to have a representative in the community available to answer questions and help, so with questions and stuff like that. So I think, and as the group hopefully gets bigger, I'll be able to hopefully demand that a little bit more. I think we've hit a nice milestone in FBA Moguls. We hit 800 members the other day, actually, which is really awesome. And I think right now there are 814 members, which is pretty sick. So my goal is to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. So we're pretty much hopefully on target for that. So yeah, I'm hoping FBA Moguls community is going to end up being a massive, helpful community. So for FBA sellers. So it's lovely to see that that's growing quite nicely, which is awesome. I want to compare it to SDK. Personally, I use SDK, switched over to PPP. I mean, I don't think they even compare. I think SDK is just way too basic. But people like it. I know Sati uses SDK, so he's got some pretty good results. So does it work? Absolutely. Is it as good as PPP? Not in my opinion, but I don't know. It's try it out and see. I mean, they're not the same, because one uses just rule based, the other one uses like AI, using some kind of AI or ML to adjust the prices. So that's what PPP does. Personally, I prefer it, but hey, each their own. At the end of the day, use what you prefer and what you gets you the results, basically. Yeah, exactly, Snappy. Yeah, you just reach out to them, say, hey, I didn't get a chance to use it. Can I have another 14-day free trial? They're going to do it. As long as you don't keep doing it over and over, they'll be fine. So PPP has a bunch of new pricing plans now. I've got them to change that, so you're welcome. See, this is the nice thing about being on YouTube and being like an ambassador for these companies and having my Discord community. I can give them the feedback and say, hey, your PPP is too expensive. You need a cheaper plan. They introduced two plans that are cheaper than the previous one. So there's like a beginner's one. I can't remember what they are now anyway, but there are cheaper plans now. So you're welcome. So yeah. Any feedback you guys have, I can always pass on to these companies, or any features you want, and hopefully we can try and get them pushed through. But yeah, so I'm taking credit on that one. I'm taking credit on the Qogita invoices as well. So, but it used to be really expensive. I said to them, like, I cannot sell a £60 a month software to a beginner. Like, this is no way. Someone who's got like £1,000 to start out with, or £2,000, there's no way I can sell them a £60 a month subscription. I don't care how good it is. So there needs to be a cheaper plan for beginners, and they did it, so which is good. So RB is the big one. Yeah, £60 a month. It's expensive, but look, one deal a day. One deal a month. Sorry, you've easily paid for that subscription. Now, obviously, I'm not looking to break even every month, but just takes one deal and you've made your money back or more. So, considering how powerful it is, it's actually quite cheap as far as I'm concerned, to be honest. I think it should be potentially more expensive. And it's got, you think about how many, I did a whole video on it. Check out my channel reviewing all the features in there. And as I was going through, I was like, I didn't know about that feature. I didn't know about that feature. So it's got like so many features in there. So Nimco says, just out of curiosity, do you pay for the services you promote? Yes and no. So I get some things for free and other things I pay for. So yeah, I'm trying to think what I pay for. I don't know if I can say. I'll say. It doesn't matter. So what do I get for free? I get PPP for free. But with the amount of stock I've got in Amazon and the amount of money on the line, I'm not using that just because it's free. Because what was it? I don't know what it costs a month. Like say £60 a month, £50 a month. That is so incidental to me that it doesn't even factor in. Like I've got 140 grand worth of stock in Amazon right now. If it wasn't good, in my opinion, I wouldn't be using it. So I get that one for free. I get Arbisource for free, just because I've sent them enough people. What else do I get? I don't get SDK for free. I don't get Celeramp for free. I don't get Keeper for free. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else really. But yeah, so I get a couple for free. Other ones I have to pay for. So, yeah, it's one of the perks, I guess, of being on YouTube, promoting things. But yeah, I get Qogita for free, but then we all get Qogita for free as well, so that's good. But yeah, I like to be transparent with you guys. Obviously, I get the affiliates and stuff, but that's how I run the free community. So and do obviously a lot of this stuff. I don't just do it for the money, of course, but that's how I can keep it all free and help out people is because of the affiliates and. They don't pay a huge amount, let's be honest. I mean, the lowest one's like a couple of £1 a month, up to maybe £5 or £10 a month, really. But it adds up, and it all helps towards the channel. That's the main thing, really. And I really like the free model. Like I said, I've been mulling over paid mentorship. I get asked all the time about paid mentorship, and I'm pretty much 80% now not going to do it for various different reasons. But one is I just kind of like doing it all for free. I think it's kind of refreshing. I still need to get that course out. I like to mentor people and help people for free. I've actually got a call tomorrow with someone at 11 a.m. to do a call, help them out. But yeah, I just like the free model and see how it goes. But it takes a lot longer to build up to those kind of nice levels of money versus like paid groups. So yeah, where's my free course at? Yeah, it's in my mind at the moment, Brad. I need to make it. Oh God, it's just I've had it's too much stuff to do, but I need to sit down and do it. It's really critical actually that I get that out. It's really important to get that course out ASAP, to be fair. Today I was chasing my awesome accountant, who I said to them, I've left them now, but I said, hey, you can do my final accounts, do my final VAT return. Of course, they left it to the last minute. It's due tomorrow. They said, we finished it today. And they're like, oh, no, we haven't got access to your HMRC. So it's going to be late, basically, again. They are the worst accountants I've ever come across. I wouldn't recommend them to my worst enemy. I don't know why I let them do my final returns. It was just so stupid. I should have got RT Accounting to do it. Anyway, I think you said this month in August. Yeah, I know, right? I'm not promising it's this month. I'm gonna hopefully get it done by Christmas. Yes, I'm with RT. But I've not fully utilised them. I said to them, okay, well, OSM, I paid for OSM. The end of year accounts were due. My VAT return was due. I was like, okay, I'll use them just to do those final bits, and then a fresh start with RT. Man, I wish I'd gone with RT sooner, because OSM have just messed me up again. I'm going to get another penalty point on my VAT return. Now, I don't think it's going to cost me any money, but you get 4 penalty points, I think, before you get charged, like a bill or a penalty charge. And they don't go away for like 2 years or 3 years. So I think it's 2 years. So I'm going to have 2 penalty points on my VAT account thing. And I'm sure all these things just increase the chance of you getting an audit, which I'm sure I'll be fine with. But what a nightmare that would be if I get an audit, because obviously they're going to go through everything. It'd be a nightmare from like a accountancy point of view and all that kind of stuff. So we'll say, well, I'm sure it'll be fine. I bet that'll be an absolute nightmare to go through. So yeah. Anyway, I just don't learn my lesson really on that kind of thing. So how come I went with OSM rather than brick and mortar accountant? So basically, I watched a bunch of YouTubers. This is probably not a good thing to say. I watched a bunch of YouTubers who are like, you definitely need to use OSM because they're the best, and you should never use a brick and mortar one or one that's close to you because they know nothing about e-commerce. You want to go for like an e-commerce specialist one. So I was like, okay, OSM seemed like an e-commerce one, and everyone seems to use them. And they just basically were just terrible. I think basically half of my VAT returns have been late. I think, I don't know, just so bad. My first VAT return was so late that debt collectors from HMRC were threatening to come around. Basically, they were like, "You've got like 4 days or 5 days to pay this bill, this estimated VAT bill, before we send the debt collectors round." And OSIM were like, "It's fine, don't worry. They're really lenient with your first return." I'm like, "Have you seen this freaking letter I've sent you? They're threatening to come break my door down." I don't know. Anyways, yeah. That's why I went with them anyway. It was a mistake. I never should have done it. They pay out really well on the affiliate side. They offered me a lot of money to promote them. I would never promote them. But yeah. Yeah, Snappy, exactly. I fell for it, basically. Yeah, so, hey, Valley, thanks. Appreciate it. Do you buy anything? Let me know. Yeah, it's been a while since you talked, actually. Is Sati, you still here, Sati? Or you just come in to be rude? No, it's like you push it. Yeah, assume affiliate. Yeah, they pay. So what do they offer me? I think it was £400 per sign up and free accounting, basically, which is worth like £1,600 a year. So yeah, I fell in for that one. So I think even Nikos is moving away from them, actually. Like, he gave them a go, was using them, and now I think even Nikos is fed up with them. I'm not sure who he's going with at the end of the day. I think he's moving anyway. But yeah, just not good, really. So hopefully they don't sue me now. But my experience has been bad. I'm just telling you my experience. Not good, basically. Yeah. They always leave things to the last minute. And this is why I say to them, I said to them actually today, I'm like, this is why you don't leave things to the last minute the day before it's due. Because when problems arise, you don't leave any margin for error to fix them. And this is what's happened. They can't file my return now. Now, I admit that's not 100% their fault, but they should have checked this stuff beforehand. And there's been a lot. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to bash them too much. Anyway, I'm kind of I don't like bashing companies really on here. But yeah. So anyway, it is what it is. Mixed reviews. Marty uses mainly on tax minimizing, taking my time to choose. What, good for tax minimizing or not good for tax minimizing? Yeah, they're probably. I don't think they take any crap, basically. So they're very above board. Yeah, I mean, pretty much with like everything in life, you get what you pay for. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you can mitigate tax in a limited company, really. But obviously, if you like buy equipment and stuff like that, like I bought my computer, my monitor for doing my business, so you can save the VAT, you can save the tax on that. Can help out. There are things you can do like that, but beyond that, well, I don't know. I'm sure there are ways. I don't know. But yeah, take your time, have a look and see. For me, I've chosen to go with the RT. Yeah, I can't give you a review right now, but so far they've been very communicative, being very on the ball, and hopefully from next VAT return it'll be all a-okay, basically. But my God, all the software's expensive for accounting though. Link My Books, Xero. Tell me what else there is. Then obviously the accounting. All adds up, to be honest. It's quite expensive. Yeah, it does add up. That was one good thing about OSIM is they like said, we include the bookkeeping. Again, kind of draw me in. It's like, I don't have to deal with any of this stuff. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to do... Yeah, so RT you have to buy, you have to pay for Xero, you have to pay... I mean, pretty much all accountants, they all have to pay these fees. So the only reason that OSIM you don't have to is because I think they've got their own one. They're so big that they have their own like proprietary one. It's like £40 a month, Link My Books, and then Xero is like £20-30 a month. It's expensive. It adds up, and then accounting, depending on what your revenue and stuff is I don't know, between 50 and 80 or 100. I don't know exactly what the price is. For me, I think it's 86 or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, it adds up. But at the same time, you've got to have an accountant. You've got to have an accountant you trust. I'd still rather pay that money, even though it's quite a lot, and get it right. That's the main thing, really. I want my life to be stress-free when it comes to accounting and doing my VAT. So I'm willing to pay the money to make sure it's done correctly, which is what I don't get with my current accountants. Every quarter, it's a freaking stressful time because I'm having to chase them and going, what the hell is going on with my VAT returns? Why are they taking so long? All this kind of stuff. So, yeah, and then the year accounts and, nightmare. So it's one of the downsides of doing business. You have to do accounting and things like that. It sucks, but you got to get those good systems in place, get a good accountant going. Really critical, to be honest. But yeah, so yeah, definitely worth. You get, like with everything in life, you get what you pay for. One of those things you realize as you get older. It does really work. So how bad is the transition from non-VAT to VAT? It's not that difficult as long as you get all your invoices in line. You'll be good to go, basically. You should be fine. So yeah, it's not too bad. Just make sure you've got all your invoices in line. Make sure the day that you go from non-VAT to VAT, you take a stock check and basically know exactly how much stock you've got in Amazon, exactly how much stock you've got at home, so you can give them an accurate stock count, basically, of what your... And this is the same when you go from sole trade to limited as well. You need to know the exact stock levels that you're transferring over. And the reason you do this when you're going non-VAT to VAT is because essentially everything from that point onwards is going to be VATable, as in like you have to pay VAT on. So also worth looking through your inventory and going, hey, is there anything stuff here I bought from maybe Starvana or any site like that where basically I cannot claim the VAT back? Because obviously the minute you go VAT registered and you make a sale on that item, you're going to have to pay VAT on it, but you cannot claim the VAT back. So Becca just says, I'm destroyed trying to get invoices, so many products, just leaving it to the end. Get an admin VA. That's what I did. I got mine from they're going to kill me now. I can't remember the name. It's Outsource Central, right? Yeah, I got them from Outsource Central. God, why can't I remember the name now? Yeah, Outsource Central, my bad. Yeah, she's been amazing, to be honest. Really good. She literally every day she comes on, works her 8 hours. I mean, she doesn't do 8 hours because I haven't got that much work, but she's on top of the on the admin for me. I'm giving her more and more tasks at the time, but yeah, basically she's. I mean, my VA is amazing, to be honest. It's probably, I actually prefer an admin VA before a sourcing VA, to be honest. Just because it helps you stay on top of all that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, Brad, I'm tired, Brad, to be honest. I'm tired. So I've been streaming now for an hour and 41 minutes, actually. But yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, admin VA is a game changer. Get them to... What I said to her is like, right, go back and do all my... I want you to chase every invoice for the year, basically. Off you go. And they did it. And it's all good, basically. So... It is good, and obviously you can essentially use them as essentially like a personal assistant. So if you want to search something or do something or got a task to do, just pass it on to them. Because realistically, they don't have like a full-time gig really with me. I'm just accepting it though. It's so cheap. It's like £330 a month or whatever it is. She doesn't work full-time for me, so she's got a pretty good gig. But yeah, it's not a full-time job chasing invoices, but you can always give them some other... task to do. So did you make an order on Qogita? So Nim, I don't know if you're still there. You are. Yeah, Nim, if you go to your account and go to wallet and then promotions, you should see the credit's been fixed. So if you go there, so account, wallet, and then to promotions, it should be 100 in there. Cool, and that's 100 excluding VAT, which means by the time you go to checkout, there'll be £120. So yeah, that's that should be fixed for you. Double check, let me know. So Boko is saying, is it just you buy the items and let her know where from, and then she chases invoice and uploads to Excel file? So yeah, I've got an Excel file. And what I've done basically is I created a specific Gmail called like my business name orders. So you can just create that. Gave her access to that. From where I could, I changed most of my login information for all the different sites to that email address. So then anytime I make an order, that just goes straight to there, so she can see what I've ordered. And then I give her access to all my accounts to log in, so like Latino and Amazon, all that kind of stuff. The way I share that is through a password manager called Dash Lane. You can get the family plan, and then you can share that. You get her to basically, he or her VA to sign up to that, and then basically you can share it. So it's not, you're not like giving it over Discord. You're sharing it through that software, which means you can also revoke access as well. Although if you do that for whatever reason, you probably change your passwords. She does need to have account access, but you can, like, I guess, give limited account access to begin with and go from there. But yeah, and then basically, yeah, and then what I also do as well is, when it really comes to chasing invoices, though, is I dump my I download my Amex, I download my Tide, I download my Capital on Tap as a CSV, dump them onto my Excel sheet, and she basically then sees the exact transactions and then chases those invoices. Now, once I go fully onto the RT, it's going to be done through Xero, and there'll be reconciliation through there. So we'll probably end up doing both, maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, eventually she'll be doing it on Xero, chasing invoices that have been charged through there. So that's how she does it basically. It's not, I guess, it works for us, I guess, and I'm definitely open to improving the systems. I've just created a new sheet, actually. We're going to track everything. So I'm going to have to give her access to my Amazon account, which is something I've been reluctant to do up to this point. But I'll give her limited access so she can basically see. The whole idea is I want her to be able to see, track the entire process of ordering. So once I've ordered something, she's going to chase the invoice. She's going to see the delivery to the prep center. If there's any unit discrepancies, obviously we'll need to chase that up with whoever. Then obviously what I wanted to do is go into Amazon and see that item go out into Amazon with the shipment ID. We'll track that as well. And then obviously how many units got checked into Amazon. So, and just making sure that whatever I order basically ends up with Amazon. So if I order 100 units of whatever widget, that 100 units end up in Amazon. And if there's any issues along the way, we know about it. Because obviously you guys know there's probably leakages where you forget about you ordered something, or you ordered something, it turns up and you forgot about it or whatever. So just that kind of thing, basically, just tracking it all the way and then making sure that if there are any issues that come up, that we are on top of them. So yeah, that's what we're doing basically. So what we're going to be doing anyway. But yeah, it's cool. The only thing I'd never give VA access to is my repricer, because if they cock that up for whatever reason, they could basically sell out all your stock for like really cheap. So that's like one of the very few softwares I would never give access to anyone, I don't think. So unless they had some really good protection systems in there, which I'll be honest, PPP don't have right now. So one of the features they need to add in. Do you reckon a sourcing VA trained on Qogita could be a good idea? My VA is on there now. I'm training him up right now. Personally found some nice 3-2 ASIN packs, but time consuming. The biggest problem I run into with sourcing VAs is like trying to get them to acknowledge like when there's a good deal, they need to let me know immediately. Like my VA's found me some good deals in the past, but it's like it's too late. It happens with OA as well. I need to stand. I'm just gonna stand quickly. Getting tired here. Sitting down. Sorry, I stand up quicker than the camera. There we go. So, that's better. I've been sat for 2 hours. Yeah, just trying to get them to like realize that like when there's a really good deal found, they need to let me know right away. They can't let find it and then let's sit on it for 6 hours. They need to freaking DM me, because I mean multiple times VAs have found really good deals and then I found out too late. It's because they don't really, I guess it's hard to relay to them like how important it is to like, if you find a good deal like that, when you're going to be there like clearing the stock. But it's slowly getting there, I suppose. Hey Adam, how's it going? You always jump in late, Adam. We've been going for nearly 2 hours now, and we're probably going to end relatively soon. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for joining though, Adam. Adam, how much profit you on now? Because you were on £600 like 3 hours ago. So Boko, that's definitely an issue. You need to basically say like, you find a good deal. What you try and explain to them is like, right, how many is in stock? How many does it sell per month? And what's my share of that going to be? If it's, let's say it's 100 SPM listing and you can sell 50 of those, and the item he's found is like £10 profit, he needs to do 10 times by 50 and say, hey, this is going to be a £500 profit listing. That's an alert that needs to come up and say, hey, I need to DM Bocage here, my boss, and tell him about this deal. So if it's above like £100 you're going to make per month on this listing, you need to be told about it immediately or whatever it is. So £800 for the day, Adam. Profit. Amazing. I'm only on £280. Sorry, the mic's all over the place here. That's really good. How much of that is private label and how much of that is OA or RA? Insane. That's probably, I'm trying to think what my best day is. I don't think it's £1,000. Maybe. I actually have no idea. I think my best, I've got no idea. Probably up there like 800, maybe 1,000, I'm not sure. You might have beaten my best day actually. I'm not sure, but that's pretty amazing. So, Adam, DM me the screenshot and I'll put it on here for everyone. So, do you want to DM me the screenshot with your SDK and I'll throw it on the stream so people can see. So, yeah, that's amazing, Adam. So, yeah, send that over quickly and I'll put it on the stream if you want me to. Yeah, hard to keep on top of VAs, busy with other things and other things slips through the cracks. Yeah, they're not perfect, you know, as long as you're making money off them, essentially, if that makes, you know, or with sourcing VAs, as long as you're making a multiple of what you're costing, then it's fine. There's always going to be those issues, but it comes down to training, I suppose. Just trying to make them aware that, like, hey, if you're on a good deal, I need to know about this ASAP. It's not good enough to tell me 8 hours later. But yeah, it just takes time. There you go, free trial. Thanks, Les. No problem at all. So, I mean, all these software companies, they're good. They should let you have another free trial. And as long as you've not been like abusing it, then you should all be good, basically. So, I'm just waiting for Adam to send over that screenshot. Send profit screenshot. The stream. So that'll make a nice end to the stream, just to show people what is possible. Adam's been selling for around about the same time as me. I think maybe a little bit less, and he's made £800. Make that more dramatic. £800 profit for the day. So, but yeah. So I'm not ending the stream till that screenshot comes through. So we could be here all night. Let's have a look here. Any other questions come in? Always mad hearing you lot talk about profit and you hit 80 today. Hey, look, we all start somewhere. You know, 80 profit's still pretty good though. You know, that's still pretty nice. What's that for a month? I mean, that's like £2,500 profit, something like that. What's 30 times by 80? 30 times by 80, £2,400 profit. Hey, that's a salary. I mean, do that every month. That's a salary. People work hard for that kind of money. So, yeah. So how much that is PL? Yeah, I've asked Brad. Adam's he's gone AWOL. So I'll get him to, if it's not on the stream, I'll get him to post it in the group. So Valley's asking how long I've been selling. My first sale was, oh God, I used to know this, 6th of July 2022. So like 2.5 years. Was my very first sale. So Snappy, Adam is he does private label, but he also does a load of RA as well. I know he's been stocking up on a load of toys, so I imagine a lot of that profit is going to be toys from retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. Almost certainly, I'd imagine probably at least £600 of that profit will be that kind of stuff. So no problem, Nimco, it's fine. I'm glad I could help. Do catch myself thinking negative about profit. Just, yeah. Sure, look, there's always a bigger fish, isn't there? I mean, God, there's always a bigger fish. That's the nature of the game. You think you're doing well at £20,000 a profit a month, and then someone comes along with £30,000, and then you go, hey, I've made 30,000, then someone's making 50. There is always a bigger fish. Just be, as long as you're happy with what you're making, as long as you're progressing and improving your business, you're growing, it's all good. And then in a year or two, you'll be the one posting those big fat profits. As long as you keep working on the business, not someone like me who barely works on Amazon FBA, to be honest, these days. And it probably shows in my results, actually, that I mostly spend most of my time doing social media and my Discord community than I do FBA. So, yeah, exactly. So that's the great thing about the community. We're all trying to progress and improve and encourage each other. And yeah, I'm a big believer that anyone can make a lot of money through Amazon. So... and to be honest, just think about that as well. £80 a day might not sound much, but it's $2,400 a month. If you can just do that every single month, that's a big chunk of money. That is like enough to pay off. I mean, even after tax, enough to pay off a mortgage, depending on what house you've got, a car payment. That's a lot of money towards a holiday. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. So just that, like £80 a day is not much, but when you extrapolate it throughout the month, as long as you can be consistent on that, it's actually quite a lot of money. There's people out there that work hard jobs for less money than that per month. It's it's kind of crazy when you think about it. But we do get, and I do as well, get a bit at times, and sometimes I get disappointed in my results as well. I'm like, oh, I'm only on like £1,513 profit now for the month. But I mean, that's still pretty damn good. Which is obviously not what I like to hit basically. But yeah, so, and I think I've done a car video which I need to release probably tomorrow actually, where I reveal how much I made in my best month actually. So it was a decent amount, so I need to always keep that in mind actually as well. But no, we always sometimes get, it's good to compare yourself to other people in a way, as long as it's a positive comparison, not a negative one. So use it to encourage yourself and give you a goal and aspirations. Don't get like jealous or down because you see bigger results. But yeah, so 100 profit a day is awesome goal. Absolutely. Get to that and then get to 150, then to 200. Just keep going basically to the point where you're happy. So that's a nice round number. Now there you go. Yeah, exactly. It's a good number. It's 3,000 a month, isn't it? Which is what, 36 a year. So before tax and stuff, pretty good. So especially if you also got a job as well, and it should in theory be enough to quit your job depending on what your bills are like. But yeah, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, Spence, Joshy doing crazy numbers. Hard to replicate what they did, to be fair, but they have done those numbers. I've seen them. They are real. What they did is very hard to replicate, but it shows you that you can make that kind of money though, if you can just source the stock. That's all it comes down to, sourcing. If you can buy the stock at a right price, you can make a profit. You can sell it and make the money. So yeah, Brad's double the 9 to 5. Yeah, it makes sense to have that kind of thing because you want money to grow your business as well. You don't want to get to the point where you're making just enough to pay yourself and then the business doesn't grow. Doesn't have any more capital to grow, so I think it's a good goal to be like 2x before you quit your job. Depends how much you love your job as well, I guess, or hate your job. But yeah, but no, it's a good thing I think to be realistic as well. So it's definitely you're able to quit your job and do Amazon FBA full time. Look at Adam, who just came in, bragged about his £800, then buggered off. So, but yeah. Yeah. What do you do, Brad? Actually, I don't even know. Actually, I probably have asked, but I've maybe forgotten. If you want to reveal it, you don't have to. But yeah, but Adam used to be a bricklayer. He used to lay bricks for a living. I think it probably paid okay, to be fair. But yeah, now he makes £800 a day. So not every day, but still does pretty well. I remember now. Actually, yeah, project manager. That's cool. Can you not project manage? Well, I don't want to encourage you to stay in a job. I think being you're in a business is the best thing, basically. So, Lewis just came in. Uland have shocking fees. Yeah, they do. Yeah, insane. I swear they offered me a loan. Like it was like 36%, and they wanted a personal guarantee. I was like, are you on drugs? You can't have both. Like, if you want to give me 30, if you don't want a personal guarantee, I can understand the 36%. But if you want a personal guarantee against my property, essentially, which basically means you've got a loan that you can never lose on, I ain't paying 36%. You got to be on drugs. And they're like, oh, that's all industry standard. I'm like, no, thanks. Yeah, go with that. Absolutely, Lewis. Yeah, so absolutely. So yeah, 6k loan offer, Uland. Yeah, don't use them, basically. Sorry, I missed that message. Yeah, they're terrible. I think me and Nikos touched on loans a little bit in our podcast, actually, which you can find on the channel after this. So if you're not sick of me talking and you want to hear more from me, then you can go and see that podcast with Nikos. But yeah, cool. Right, I am going to log off now. We've been going on for nearly 2 hours. But yeah, thanks, guys. I actually do enjoy doing these longer streams, actually. So I probably should get to the point where I can try and stream every night. You guys might get sick of me, I don't know, but hopefully we get new blood in potentially. It keeps people interested, and you can just come on and listen, whenever you want. So MTT, what did I do before? So I was a poker player first, then I was a Bitcoin miner, a failed Bitcoin miner. Then my actual real job was a software engineer, which I did for I think 6 years. I can't remember, 7 years maybe. And then quit that over a dispute over working from home. I really enjoyed my job, to be fair. Just wanted to work from home after COVID. Wasn't allowed, so I ended up quitting the job and getting into Amazon. Yeah, that's what I did basically beforehand. And yeah, never looked back. Running a business has been the best thing I've ever done. This year I am on, I don't know if I should say. I can't, no. I don't know if I should say, actually. I'll save it for another one, actually, but it's 6 figures, basically. It's pretty good. So, yeah, not too bad, really. So, you know, 3rd year, well, yeah, 2.5 years into business, making that kind of money is pretty good. Working for yourself is the best thing ever. In my opinion. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Lewis knows, but he'll keep it a secret. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Anyway, got a 2-hour-long stream actually, but it's been awesome. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.